Hello and welcome. My name is Summer.
And my name is Emma. Today we will be discussing the various ways in which the printing press was first introduced, the effects it has on society both in the past and today, in addition to how it has changed over time. Let's get started.
To begin, printing with movable type was first developed in China and was further improved upon when movable metal type started to develop in Korea. Although technology existed long before the technology in Europe, type in Korea and China was controlled by the monarchy. Because of this, type didn't initially have the lasting impact that printing had in Europe. Printing with movable metal type was developed in Germany in the mid-15th century by combining the existing technologies from China and Korea.
Johann Gutenberg, the key man involved with the production of the printing press, was a German blacksmith, goldsmith, printer, and publisher who is known for first introducing printing to Europe. In the beginning, Gutenberg used metal stamps to mark signs on jewelry in the form of type that was covered with ink and then used to mark symbols on a page. This type could be rearranged and used over and over, which had monumental impacts as it helped to speed up the process of printing. Most importantly though, because Gutenberg was responsible for first introducing mechanical movable type, he is instrumental in helping to start the printing revolution. This event is widely considered as the key event of the modern period.
To add on to that, Emma, the printing revolution was also greatly affected by the availability of paper. The paper that was made was created by using special techniques that had spread from China to Muslim Spain and then finally to the rest of Europe. Well, now on to the effects the printing press has had on society in the past. At the time it was first introduced, the governments and church in Europe both used but also worried about the printing in general. They started to use the printing press in order to manufacture laws, in addition to sending out declarations of war and propaganda. After becoming worried about ideas getting out, they attempted to censor and ban books and authors whose ideas they didn't necessarily agree with.
Also, with the development of the printing press, and because books started to circulate more quickly, people can now read books at the same times as others and then discuss the ideas and stories that they encountered. The addition of illustrations were also found to increase book sales amongst the public, so woodcuts and engravings were often added to enhance printing. On another note, because more and more connections were being made around the world, people began to develop a curiosity about what was happening in different locations. People wanted to become more worldly and learn about things outside of their place of residence. This newfound interest resulted in the beginning of the circulation of travel literature.
Positively, the growth of printing also began to bridge the gap between written and oral cultures. Because of this, the literate could now read printed materials aloud to the illiterate. Common people in Europe typically couldn't read Latin, so works were put out in Italian, French, Spanish, and English. With all that said, the printing press was a key factor in signaling the end of an artisan era, which in turn sparked the beginning of the manufacturing era. All of this was attributed to the ease of which printing could now be done.
Now finally, we will discuss a few effects the printing press has had on society today and how it has changed. Today, print is still quite prominent. However, the overall culture of print is slowly beginning to suffer due to the constant rise in technology and the newfound ways to publish and read news. People, especially the younger generations, are not buying nearly as many newspapers because they are able to find the news that they want online. They also don't have to worry about paying for a paper copy of a newspaper because almost all of online news has completely free access to the public. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
We hope you now have a better understanding of how the printing press was first introduced, the effects it has had on society both in the past and today, and how it's begun to change over time. Thanks for watching.